stepped in further, and I could see the rest of the body, and then I realized the patient did not have a head. At that point, my crew was coming up behind me.
Waller County 911.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Rodney Dicus. I need an ambulance and police at 2060 College Boulevard. Please.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know everything, but my son's wife is dead. Please.
Okay.
Somebody, please, I'll stay on the phone.
Okay, are you on location right now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I am. Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm here.
Where is he at?
He's in my house.
Okay, this is your house.
In their house. They have a building on my property. Oh my God, please send somebody.
Okay, what is your name, sir?
My name is Rodney.
All the information we have right now is owner of the home walked in and found the DOA.
Okay, sir, just calm down. We're getting people en route, okay? And you said
at 4:32 p.m., emergency medical services were the first responders to reach the location. They quickly informed dispatch of an individual that was beyond medical assistance and was declared deceased upon their arrival. This is their recollection of the incident.
Yes, sir. Okay, today is January 13th. The time is 12:44 p.m. Can you state your name for me, sir? James Marshall. And can you tell me what your title is as far as the EMS service? As an EMT, I'm an EMT basic. Okay. The reason you're here, there was an incident that occurred yesterday, and where emergency personnel had to respond. Yes. Can you tell me, were you dispatched, or was it something that you may have heard over the radio and responded to? No, we were dispatched at approximately 16:21 to a report of a possible dead person. Okay.
And the department you're with is?
Well, our here is the SD 200, where I'm a captain there.
Okay.
All right. Can you give me some information about once you responded to the scene, what detail did you have as far as on scene when you arrived? So originally when we were dispatched, we were advised to stage for law enforcement. After staging for about 7 minutes, we were advised by EMS that we could make scene. Arrived on location, there was no law enforcement on scene. There was a gentleman in a gray shirt with an AT&T logo on his shirt at the end of the driveway on the phone. We got out of the truck, met up with him. He said, "She's gone, she's in the back building." And I'm like, "The back building?" And he goes, "Yeah, look through the trees, you'll see the building." And I said, "Okay." And he was still on the phone. I tried to get him to answer, like, what happened, because we had no information. He would never tell me what happened. I was like, okay. Walked up. When I walked up, there was a gentleman sitting with his head down, and then a woman with light-colored hair and a black shirt sitting next to him, and she's like, "She's gone, she's gone." I said, "Is she in that building?" "She's gone." I said, "Is she in that building?" She's like, "Yes, she's in that building." So we walked around, continued around the dark area to the back building where the reportation was going to be at. As I walked up, there were 2 cement steps and then a step into the house. I could see into the house. The front door was open. There looked to be like a towel on the floor and pink socks from what I could originally see. As I began to step up the steps, I could see underneath the towel looked like blood. It looked like there was some blood on the floor as well. When I realized that there was blood, so I was not going to proceed further because I began looking up
towards the ceiling to try to make sure, didn't know, because we had no information, didn't know what had happened, had she committed a shotgun, you know, what we were walking into. There was a desk immediately to the right of me when I walked in the door. It looked like it had a computer on it, and as I looked around the desk, I could see her feet. One was underneath the bed, the other one was underneath the bed, but it looked like they had a makeshift bed with like 4 cinder blocks and a piece of plywood, and both legs were kind of straddling the one cinder block. Stepped in further, and I could see the rest of the body, and then I realized the patient did not have a head. At that point, my crew was coming up behind me. I stopped them. I said, back out, we're in a crime scene. And they kind of looked at me and they realized the look on my face. They even told me later that, like, we saw the look on your face, we knew there was nothing we were going to do. So they backed out, I backed out, EMS got there, advised the paramedic what we had. I said, there's nothing we can do. The paramedic entered into the building. I stayed within the same 2-foot radius right inside the door where I was at originally, just to give a second set of eyes, because we didn't know how this had happened.
Yes.
Whether the assailant was still on scene or not, we weren't. And the paramedic kind of walked through the house, and he had stated that he found the victim's head in the bathtub, and then he walked out.
Give you an update about it tomorrow. Okay. And with Monday, I'll definitely.
That's right, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, I've seen the first 48, I know how this goes.
How's it going?
It's going.
I'm Detective Bennett, this is Detective O'Rourke.
Yes, sir.
Can you state your name for me, please?
Chad Lance.
Can you tell me what it is you do for the county as far as EMS services?
I'm a captain with ESD 200, so we work alongside Waller EMS. So I'm also an EMT basic, so.
Okay. The reason you're here, we're trying to obtain information in reference to the incident that happened yesterday and what your involvement was when you arrived on scene. Can you?
And this was at 2060 Hollow Boulevard.
Okay. Okay, so we were we were dispatched to 206, the given address. We were told over the radio to stage for law enforcement and EMS. When we turned down the street, I was the driver, so I pulled off to the side to wait for law enforcement to clear us in. While we were staged, we were radioed by the EMS supervisor saying to go ahead and move forward. So when we moved forward, we'd seen that police was not there, EMS was not there yet, so we were the first on scene. The family was outside. You could see an older female and a younger male by the house.
The main house.
The main house. So 2 houses, large house, smaller house in the back. They were in front of the main house. The older gentleman was on the phone pacing up and down the driveway. We informed that we were on scene, exited the truck, got our EMS equipment, got out of the truck and walked up the driveway. While we were walking up the driveway, the elder gentleman, I'm going to guess the dad, the elder gentleman, whoever, was asking who we were. We told him fire. He said, well, I need police. But he didn't really give us a reason why. So we continued up towards the main house, and then he directed us and said, no, all he said was she's in the smaller house, the other house. So we started moving that way. While we went that way, we could see better that the younger gentleman was sitting on something. It looked like a chair or a bucket, just sitting there. And Mom was sitting on the ground. He was pretty distraught. She was not. She was kind of consoling him. We'd walked around the corner of the house to the smaller house. James, who was riding with the captain that day, excuse me, went up inside of the house. I had the AED, so I took 2 steps up. I believe there were 3 steps to the house. I took 2 steps up, partially stepped in the doorway. And he had already gone inside and was looking around the corner. our other firefighter, I've only worked with him twice, I cannot remember his name, I'm sorry. He peeked his head around, he was still on the ground, peeked around the side. Before we could even get further in, James turned around, put his hands out, said, "Everybody stop, this is a crime scene, come back." Initially, I was going to ask, if she's down, then we need to check vitals and everything like that. He stated, no, she's down and there's no head on her body.
Following the attendance of emergency medical personnel, Deputy Randy Lewis from the Waller County Sheriff's Office arrives at the scene. The property features a substantial brick-sided residence which is home to Rodney Dicus, his wife Terry Lynn, and their son Wayne. Deputy Lewis will soon be apprised of the circumstances, which include the discovery of a deceased individual who has been located within a small outbuilding situated at the rear of the property.
Oh, Constable, thank you for coming. Who you got detained?
It's a murder scene.
Sir?
It's a murder scene.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got called Sergeant Garner.
Okay.
He's sending Nick and Rachel.
Okay.
Where's the...
She's in back. Come on. I didn't say nothing to him. I just put him in cuffs. I put him in the back.
Is it old crazy boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You been here before?
I've never been here before.
Yeah,
But,
I have.
But
Give you the scoop? Yeah, she was just brutally decapitated. She's got stab wounds to her back. Her head's in the bathtub. I mean, it's a...
So redhead?
No, she's dark Hispanic.
No. The one you got detained, old redheaded boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As officers make their way to the back of the property, a small wood-sided residence becomes visible. The quaint building is home to Rodney and Terry's son, Jared Dicus, who resides there with his newlywed wife of 3 months, Anggy.
Sergeant.
I got as far as the doorway. I didn't.
Yeah, don't go in. This is a murder scene. Decapitation. It's an ugly spot. Dion's got the suspect detained in his back seat. All right, thank you, sir. Goodbye. All right, so where's the body?
So,
in there?
Yeah, if you step up on the third ladder, third step, you can peek your head and you see. I didn't get any further than that.
Up here?
Yeah.
Blake said her head is somewhere else in the tub. Okay. Okay.
I gotta wait for CID to get here.
Okay. Stay right here, Earl. Nobody goes in there. Unless we need to get out people ID.
Yeah, and then whenever CID and Sergeant get out here, make sure you give them write their names and a timestamp when they're coming in and out of that place. Use your notepad, okay?
Okay. Anybody goes in, who they are and what time. They come out, who they are and what time.
Within the property lies 21-year-old Anggy Diaz, formerly known as Anggy Diaz. Originally from Nicaragua, Central America, Anggy had relocated to the United States 4 years earlier with her 2 brothers. Anggy was known to be an incredibly kind, loving and hard-working individual who had worked at a local Chepas supermarket since arriving in the United States. Although a fairly low-income wage, and testament to her kind and loving nature, Anggy would regularly send money to friends and family members who were more in need. Anggy truly had a special place in the hearts of the people she knew.
She got along with everybody. She was very respectful with them. Siga.
Entonces y pues ella era bien como le dijera,
era responsable en su trabajo,
She was very
era,
responsible.
¿cómo se llama? Cariñosa, bailarina, juguetona, en la tienda era como nuestra niña, nuestro juguete en la
At the
tienda.
store, she was more like everybody's child. She was happy, very loving, very caring.
So she asked him to go get food, that she would buy him food, and that's what they talked about, and that's what he did.
For her food or?
Para ella o para los dos?
Para nosotros.
For them two, for her and him.
Okay. Did she do that often?
Ella hacía eso seguido.
Was she pretty much taking care of them financially?
Ella normalmente los proveía para ustedes, o sea, los ayudaba económicamente.
Sí. Todo el tiempo.
All the time.
Siento mucho. ¿Cómo te sientes a este momento? ¿No quiere hablar?
Tell him it's okay.
Está bien. Está bien, si quiere llorar, llores, muchacho. No sé lo que estás pasando, pero si no quieres decir, está bien, si no, pero desahógate con alguien que usted confíe, ¿ok?
Dice,
¿Mande?
ella era como mi mamá.
He said that she was like his mother.
Back to the crime scene, Deputy Lewis starts gathering further information and approaches Terry Lynn to collect a witness statement.
I think I've talked to you at the door here a while back about maybe some dogs or something. No, your son's truck. Remember I come knocking on your door one morning and said, hey, you know where that truck's at? Could I get your name, please, ma'am?
Lynn, Terry Lynn Schubert.
T-E-R-R-I-E?
It's Y.
Y?
From the 60s. So
One N or two?
Two. Schubert, S-C-H-U-B-E-R-T.
And your date of birth? And do you know your driver's license number, Miss? And is anybody else here other than you? And that's one of your sons there.
Wayne just came. He was gone. He took his dog to the park.
Okay,
and I called him and told him.
That's your husband over there.
Yes.
Okay.
They just woke up from a nap because they worked. He was helping him work last night. Jared.
Who just woke up from a nap? Your husband?
And Jared. They woke up from a nap because they worked last night and they have to go to work again. Or not now. Because he works nights.
Okay.
And my husband was helping him out, last night, so he told me it happened this morning.
Who told you?
Jared.
Okay.
And he has been acting really strange lately.
Okay.
He called an ambulance on himself the other night.
Okay.
And said he was on drugs, but I don't believe that he was. I think something's wrong.
Okay.
Because I don't know. We don't have the labs from the hospital, so
Okay.
I really don't know the answer to that.
Yes, ma'am.
According to Terry, her son Jared, who officers currently have detained, has been displaying some unusual recent behaviour. 2 nights earlier, on the 9th of January, Jared made an emergency call to 911.
Waller County 911.
Yes, this is Jared Dicus.
Hello?
Yes.
Waller County, go ahead.
I did a little bit of drugs and I need help. I'm at Cisco Call Boulevard.
Okay, 206 Oak Hollow?
Yes.
Okay, and what's the problem?
I just don't feel well.
Okay, and you said you took drugs?
No, ma'am. I'm completely sorry. I don't know why I called.
Okay. And are you there by yourself? Is there somebody
No,
with you?
ma'am. My family's here with me.
Oh, your family's with you. Okay. Okay. So you don't.
Everybody's here.
Okay, but do you need an ambulance or no? Are you good?
I need an ambulance.
I got you. Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
21. Okay. Are there any gates or any animals on your property?
There's dogs.
Okay. Can y'all put those up?
Yes, ma'am. They're inside.
Okay, I got you. Okay, Jared, I'm going to have the ambulance on the way, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Deputy Lewis continues to make further inquiries, obtaining information from Jared's brother Wayne and their father Rodney, while also confiscating all mobile devices belonging to the family. As Deputy Lewis transports the phones to his vehicle, he is greeted by detectives who start to take over the investigation.
And this is Wayne's. Silver iPhone.
I don't know if you want to go down there and tell her.
So I'm just gonna go set these in my truck. Okay. Ms. Ritz, I'm sorry to interrupt, but these are everybody's iPhones, cell phones. I was just gonna put them in my.
Whose is whose?
I do. One of them's a suspect.
Are they on airplane mode?
Oh no,
I ain't done nothing with them except write their names down.
No, we just gathered them up because there's already family members arriving, and somebody has called.
With any of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need all their passcodes.
Okay.
And then when we have that, I'll get the envelopes and write everything down of who they belong to.
Now I don't know if I can get you to old Jared's passcode or not.
Who's Jared?
He's the one in my back seat.
He's the one in the back seat. Yes, ma'am.
Ask him for it. Worst he can do is say no.
Jared. Randy Lewis, you remember me?
Yes, sir.
You okay?
Yes, sir.
Jared, would you mind giving me the passcode to your phone? It's supposed to be a 6-digit code. Sorry, I can't hear.
Yes, I forget the rest.
So is it?
It's
any more to it?
Yes,
and that'll open it up.
Yes,
It's not set or nothing like that. Just okay. Thank you.
Numbers on Pearl Street.
Are you the homeowner? We'd like to ask for your consent to go into the house.
Into my house?
Yes.
No.
Okay, without, we're going to get a search warrant.
JR's right there. Talk to him.
Okay.
What do you need to go into my house for?
Isn't that where the body's at?
No, sir.
No, sir.
It's a back house. This
Okay.
is the back house. I've got 9 dogs in there.
I apologize. I was told.
No.
I apologize. I was
you
told
don't
it
have
was
to
in the
talk to
house.
me and start threatening me with goddamn search warrant. That's not needed. It's not necessary.
Sir, I was asking for your consent.
And I told you no.
And I was going under the impression that the body was inside the house.
All right.
So.
Are we good?
You tell me, are we
I
good?
am. I
Okay,
apologize to you.
Can we get your consent to go into the house behind you?
Most definitely can.
Okay,
Of course
thank
can.
you very much.
So
It's just you can't, I've already been told I can't go in my house, and you're gonna go in my house, you're gonna have to shoot my goddamn dogs to get in that house. And it's not gonna happen.
We're trying to figure out what's going on here.
All right, that's why I'm getting
That's
upset.
all we're doing.
If you wanna go in that house, I'll let you in that house, but you've got to send somebody in there with me to secure my dogs. Y'all ain't killing my dogs.
We have no intention of killing your dogs.
That's why I'm getting upset.
So, we have no intention of causing any more harm here tonight.
Okay,
No,
it's a misunderstanding. I apologize to you.
We're trying to get to the bottom of what's going on here. So that's all we're trying to do.
Sir, can I get your information, please?
Rodney Gene, G-E-N-E, Dicus, D-I-C-U-S, Jr.
While law enforcement remains active at the scene, Jared is taken to the Waller County Sheriff's Office, where Detectives Bayani and Covarrubias initiate an audio and video recorded interview, starting at approximately 10:33 p.m.
Hello, he's here.
Hello.
Are you cold, hot? How do you feel?
A little cold.
It's a little chilly. Thank you. Alright, I'm Detective Bayani. This is Detective Covarrubias. You are Jared. Can you state your name? What's your name?
I don't know.
So I keep calling you Jared and you don't know?
I used to know.
Okay.
And it was like somebody came in here.
Okay, I'm going to read you your rights first and foremost, okay? And then we'll start the interview. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to you to represent you before and during any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you willing to talk to me? Okay. So, it's my understanding you were just in the hospital. Is that right?
Yes, and after that I started feeling weird.
What were you in the hospital for?
Stomach pain.
Okay. And do you know what hospital did you go to?
Memorial County.
Okay. Did you go by ambulance or did you go by car?
There was time I went from my stomach, I went to my mom, and then the second time was because of a substance.
What? Because of the substance? What was it? Meth, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that something you use a lot, or you dabble, or? Okay.
Sure.
Until recently? Okay. When's the last time that you used meth?
Never done it.
Since?
Oh, I did it, like 2 weeks. I've been up for like 2 weeks.
You've been up for 2 weeks? Okay. And when you just went to the hospital, 2 days ago, you said it was for the substance.
Mm-hmm. And after that's when it really got in there.
Okay. Have you used again since then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Meth or something different? Mm-hmm. Okay. When was the last time that you used that you remember? You don't remember when it was? Okay.
Jared has told detectives that he started using methamphetamine approximately 3 weeks earlier, which had initiated his unusual behaviour. Following this interview, a toxicology search warrant was authorised and hair follicles were collected 15 days after the incident occurred. Amphetamines can be reliably detected up to 3 months after use. However, Jared's test results would indicate no traces of the substance, although traces of different substances were found. This would be the same for the toxicology screening results conducted on Jared's hospital visits on the 27th of December and the 9th of January, which would only show positive results for marijuana. Detectives then proceed to question Jared regarding the events that occurred at the house in relation to Anggy.
Do you want to tell me what happened?
think it's important.
Something just came in here. I was not doing that.
What was it telling you? If something came in there, what was it telling you?
Just drugs.
It's not a matter of what happened, it's a matter of how and what your mindset was, what your thought process was, what caused it. Did she make you mad? What happened?
Did you love her?
Jared, this is on you to decide how this goes. It's not a question. I've already told you that. It's not a question that you did it in the manner in which you did it. But what matters is the why. What happened? You said you're on drugs, okay. But that doesn't tell us what happened in that room. If you're not going to answer any of our questions and you're not going to tell us, then we won't waste your time or ours. But it's our job to tell all sides of the story. She's not here to speak, but you are, and you can tell us what happened from your side of things. And we want to hear what happened.
I just lost control. I don't know what took over me.
Help us understand. Tell us why you're sorry. Tell us what occurred for this tragic ending to happen. What happened? What was going on?
Just drugs, man. You gotta stay away from drugs.
Well, I understand that. So you did it, and tell us what happened after you took it.
Drugs just make you go crazy. It makes you lose sight. It makes you not be able to see straight.
All right, so what did it make you do this morning, last night?
Those drugs will just take control of you.
I understand that. You keep saying that, but I want to know.
We understand that part. We don't understand what happened in your house.
I just lost my way. I lost my way with God.
That's clear. We're not asking for generalities, and we're not asking about your personal relationship with God. Obviously, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for everybody. That's not a question. Nobody has a perfect relationship with Him. But we're going to ask you one last time what happened. And if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But your opportunity to have any kind of looking like a good guy of, this is what I did and I'm sorry and I can't believe I did it, that door is closing on you.
Look, I didn't do it.
You can't even keep a straight face, buddy.
Despite the well-lit room, reports indicate that detectives have noticed Jared's abnormally dilated pupils and trance-like demeanour, which could be an indication of substance misuse or mental health issues. Although these may be a leading factor to the cause of the incident in question, there were some definite issues within the couple's life, which will be discussed shortly. Although at the beginning of their relationship, they were both said to be very happy.
When did she meet Jared?
¿Cuándo conoció a Jared?
Pues, cuando no sé exactamente, pero es que, o sea, como nosotros...
She don't know exactly when, but...
Exactamente el día no sé, pero sí ya tenían meses de empezar a hablar, él le llevaba rosas y casitas y cosas así. Pues ella, porque no nos veíamos muy seguido, pues cuando nos veíamos ya nos contábamos las cosas, y ella su trabajo y yo mi trabajo.
they both worked, so whenever they talked or got together, it was months, you know, that they had been dating or talking to each other. He would bring flowers, cards, you know, little stuff.
Entonces ella le decía que era bien lindo con él, le llevaba, hasta me enseñó una vez que le llevó rosas ahí en el trabajo, y qué bien lindo, pues todo parecía bien lindo al principio.
She said everything at the beginning was real nice. She showed her a picture where he had bought flowers to her.
So she told me he asked her for marriage, and she's like very happy. And I told her, do you want to marry him? And she said yes, and she was so happy. Like, yeah, he told me he's going to marry me. And it's something that's real big. So after she married, I was cooking in my house, and she knocked the door. And she said, Marita, can I speak to you? I said, yeah, come in, because I was busy cooking. But she's always so happy and so kind. And I was doing my dinner, and she said, oh, I already married. And she showed me the ring, like real simple rings, like pink, something like that. And she said, you see, I married already. And she was so happy and so excited. I said, okay, God bless you, and I hope you have your family together. Yo le dije, ojalá que te vaya bien, que tengas una familia bien, pues.
When she found out that she had married him, she just wished her well and hoped, you know, God bless them for them and their family.
Marriage. Y estaba muy feliz. She's very, very happy.
While Anggy expressed great joy at the prospect of marrying Jared, others harboured doubts regarding the decision, given that the couple had only been in a relationship for 3 months prior. Angie's uncle informed her that as she is not a legal citizen, she should prioritise marrying for love rather than for the sake of obtaining citizenship. However, Anggie reassured him that this was not her intention. Additional witness interviews reveal a range of other concerns within the couple's relationship, such as jealousy and abuse.
So she never, okay, so they never had a talk. She didn't know if, like, Angie was going to leave him, or if things were bad, or if he was abusive, or anything like that?
She did say that she wasn't herself. It was like she shut off. But when she asked her about her hair. Y la pregunta es, ¿cómo era el esposo con ella? O no sabe si su relación con él no la golpeaba, no tenía problemas.
Pues la última vez que hablé con ella, yo le dije, Angie, pero ¿por qué estás rara? Le dije yo.
Okay.
Y me dijo ella, ¿rara de qué? Como que tipo desviando el tema. Y yo le dije, ¿qué te pasó aquí?
She said she had a mark.
En la reunión.
When she saw her, she asked her if she had a mark. What's going on there? ¿Y qué te
Ella me dijo, ay, no, es que el gato me aruñó.
She said it was the cat.
Y entonces ya le...
That she noticed her different. ¿Su actitud era diferente?
Sí. Ya no era la misma alegría de antes.
She wasn't the same. It was the same happiness that she was.
So she just didn't seem happy?
The way she was, like very, the way she carried herself.
Like outgoing, or just?
Cuando se refiere contenta, ¿cómo era su actitud, o cómo hablaba, o cómo era ella?
Ella siempre todo contenta.
Ella
siempre andaba contenta, pero ya pues ya de último andaba así como que distraída, como que se le veía sus ojos así como tristes.
Her eyes were, to her, it seemed like they were sad.
Y yo le volví a preguntar, ¿qué pasa?
I asked her again, what's wrong?
Y me dijo de que cuando saliéramos ella me iba a contar.
When she got off, she was going to tell her, pero nunca la llamó para atrás.
Nunca nos pusimos de acuerdo qué día. Me imagino yo que él no la dejaba salir.
They never got together again, and she believes that he didn't let her. El marido, correct? Jared didn't.
When was the car accident?
Okay, he's saying that when she returned, since she was married, he believed that she was more mature. ¿Quieres dar a entender que era más calladita o cómo era?
Sí, más calladita y más reservada.
She was more reserved and more mature, and he thinks it's because of her getting married.
Does she still seem happy?
Ella se mira feliz.
Y después del matrimonio ya no.
After the wedding, no. ¿Usted piensa que era muy celoso Jared con ella?
Muy celoso.
Muy celoso? I asked him if he thinks Jared was a jealous man towards Angie, and he says very, very jealous.
Okay. Earlier she was talking about overhearing their conversation on Tuesday, and she was gesturing to her shoulder, but she didn't tell me what she was saying about that.
That was Ruth. She said she never...
Ruth was telling her that?
She overheard Ruth. But she was never told by Angie what had happened.
Well, even if Angie wasn't facing her, she heard Angie talking. I still want to know what she overheard Angie saying.
¿Quieres saber cuándo estaba hablando con Ruth? Cuando le dieron las marcas.
Fue el martes.
Okay, un momentito. La pregunta es, ¿qué le dijo Angie a Ruth?
Que ella no iba a permitir eso, le dijo.
Angie.
Sí.
Que ella no iba a permitir que...
Sí, el maltrato que ella estaba recibiendo de Rojo.
She's saying that Angie had told Ruth, and she overheard her, that she was not going to tolerate the mistreatment from Red. The abuse. ¿Era abuso?
Sí, pienso que fue algún golpe así, porque tenía... Me imagino yo así.
¿Usted miró las marcas?
Sí, ella le dijo a doña Ruth que...
¿Usted miró las marcas?
Sí.
She saw the bruises.
Ella le dijo a doña Ruth que él había empujado y ella se había pegado en algo acá.
She had pushed her and she had hit herself with something that she fell.
Yeah.
Saying she believes it because she had the same experience. She was not herself, the medication, when she was taking the contraceptives. And she thought maybe that was why
Entonces
she was
ella fue que me dijo que no era eso, sino que eran problemas con él.
She said no. She had told her no, it's problems with him.
Le digo yo.
Got off at 2 on Tuesday.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. She was getting off.
And she was just getting on at 1.
Ella entró a la 1 del martes.
Sí, entró entre 1 y 1:30.
She came in at 1. Angie came in at 1. She got off at 2. She went and spoke and hung out with Angie, and they spoke.
Okay.
That's when she noticed the bruising.
Where was this bruising?
¿Y dónde eran los golpes, los moreteados?
Eran, no me acuerdo si era aquí o era aquí, pero era en un lado de ese que le alcancé, le dice que ella andaba en un cepercito así y andaba agarrada.
And she noticed that she don't know if it was right or left.
Entonces yo entré a la caja porque mi compañera de cocina que se llama Erika.
Erica was there.
Y nos dijo que ella se iba a separar de él.
Ella le dijo a usted y a Erica. She told her and Erica that she was
que se iba a separar del muchacho y que ella ya no se volvía a casar nunca.
And that she would never marry again.
Does she know how Angie got that bruise, or did she just infer that it was him, but didn't say how?
Usted, cuando miró esos golpes, Angie le dijo cómo le pasó eso.
Sí.
Yes.
Ajá, dijo que habían estado discutiendo toda la noche, no la dejó dormir.
All night, they didn't sleep.
Y eso fue el motivo que ella se miraba bien mal el lunes, porque eso fue domingo.
This was Sunday when it happened.
Ajá, eso fue domingo.
And then, por eso se miraba el cine el lunes.
El lunes se miraba mal porque ella no había dormido toda la noche, no la había dejado dormir. Había tenido...
Ella le dijo cómo agarró los moretes.
Eso fue el domingo en la madrugada él no la dejó dormir porque estaban discutiendo y dice que él se paró como ella era bien pequeña, entonces dice que él la remachó así en la pared. Ajá. Y ahí fue donde estaba ese morete. Ella me dijo que era en un filo de la pared de la regadera. Ella venía saliendo de bañarse y dice que él la agarró así y la remachó porque no sé qué le dijo él y ella le contestó. Y me imagino que no le gustó quizás como le contestó, y porque ella era una niña que ella hablaba las cosas como son, no era malcriada, no era mal educada, pero si usted le decía algo se lo respondía bien.
Así como era.
Así directamente.
She said that she was told that this occurred Sunday, that they had been arguing on Sunday night and she got no sleep. She said she was taking a shower and they'd been arguing, and then when she got out of the shower she was assaulted by the husband. ¿Y por qué razón dio que la golpeó?
¿Quién?
El esposo.
¿Qué por qué?
Cuando salió del baño.
Supuestamente ella domingo había salido con su tía. Y ella había tenido problemas por eso, porque él no quería que ni visitara a su tía.
Because she had gone out with her aunt and he didn't want her to go with anybody, not even her aunt.
Entonces ella me dijo a mí que ella había discutido con él y le había dicho que se iban a separar porque ella no quería que la tuviera oprimida por de ver a su familia.
Pero ella le dijo que se iba a separar.
Ajá. Ella le mencionó a él ese día domingo que se iban a separar.
And he had told him.
Y ya el martes en la tarde que habló.
Angie told him.
Bueno, que fue lo último que ella.
That night when she was assaulted.
Que fue lo último.
On Sunday night.
Que fue lo último que ella habló conmigo.
That was the last thing she told.
Fue lo que me dijo que iba a hablar con él y que
she
le
was
iba a
gonna
decir que no, porque yo le pregunté, y cuando te moreteó, ¿estaba borracho? No, me dijo, estaba bien. Solo que se enojó porque le dije yo que nos íbamos a separar porque yo no voy a estar así con él.
She said she wasn't going to live the way he wanted her to live, and the reason being because she had gone out with her aunt. And then she said, well, she had told her that she was going to separate. She wasn't going to live the way she was living.
So she told him that she wanted to separate him, or she just told
el
Ruth that she wanted
el miércoles iban a hablar.
Angie told the husband that she wasn't going to live the same.
On Sunday.
On Sunday, when they had the assault that occurred.
Okay.
Angie told her that she wasn't going to live that way either, and that she was going to separate.
Okay. So she didn't technically tell him that she was moving out. She told him she wasn't going to live like that and told her, I'm going to leave him, basically.
Pero la pregunta es que si ella también le dijo al esposo.
Sí.
She said yes, she told the husband also.
Okay.
Y ya el miércoles iban a tener ya la conversación, ya ella me dijo a mí el martes en la tarde, y el miércoles y que iba a ser el definitivo, que ella iba a hablar directamente con él, que pues ella se iba.
Cuando estaba en la caja,
ajá.
Ella habló con ella después y ella le dijo, o le dijo cuando estaban ahí en la caja que se iba a ir.
No, ahí en la caja. No, porque yo cuando me dijo sí, que el domingo le había dicho ella que se iba a ir, y le dije yo, ¿y en verdad lo vas a hacer, Angie? Sí, doña Ruth, yo me voy a ir. Y mañana voy a hablar bien con él, me dijo. Porque ya no quise hablar, me dijo, ayer con el domingo que habían tenido eso, que ya no quise hablar con él porque el muchacho se alteró, me dijo. Así que mejor voy a esperar, me dijo, voy a hablar con él calmadamente. Ella iba a esperar que él estuviera calmado para decirle que ella se iba. Yo, en mi forma de pensar, yo pienso que eso fue lo que pasó, porque ya cuando él llegó a agarrar la cerveza que no pagó, él ya había hecho lo que había hecho, porque ella ya era hora que iba a entrar a trabajar.
She's saying that she was going to tell him. She didn't tell him the next day. She was going to She waited for him to calm down, and that when she had the conversation with Ruth, she told her that she was gonna tell him that she was gonna separate.
Ruth and her colleagues reported that 2 days prior to her passing, she expressed her intention to inform Jared of her desire to separate. Ruth had originally believed that Anggy informed Jared on the Wednesday of her passing, as she and several colleagues witnessed Jared entering the Chepper store, taking a bottle of beer and promptly exiting.
New mysterious surveillance video only adding to the disturbing murder investigation in Waller County. James Dicus seen here stealing a beer from where his wife worked only minutes after authorities believe he decapitated her with a kitchen knife.
Further testimonies from witnesses elaborate on Jared's assertive and possessive conduct towards Anggy, emphasising his efforts to control her social activities and his insistence that she should not work at Chepper's, preferring that she stay at home. Wayne Dicus would additionally state that 4 days prior to her passing, Anggy had compelled Jared to reside in the main house with his parents, as she could no longer endure his presence. Returning back to Jared's interview, detectives begin to ask more emotionally provoking questions, aiming to elicit feelings of remorse and guilt in hope to extract more information.
Did she do something bad to you or something? Did she deserve that? So I guess she just deserved it. I guess so. I mean, you're not saying anything. So maybe she just deserved it, huh? Maybe you didn't love her, and she just deserved it. Because obviously you didn't care. You don't care now. Not enough to say what actually happened. I would think that she would be deserving of that, but if she's not deserving of that, then maybe she was a bad person, just really got under your skin. That was the problem with her, wasn't it? What would you tell her if she was sitting right next to you now? If she's just looking right at you, you're just going to say, I'm sorry? You're not going to give an explanation as to why? You're looking at her in the eye, and you can't tell her why you did this? Why?
Eventually, Jared starts to elaborate on the incidents that unfolded.
I don't know, something that controlled me.
Okay, so it made you do what?
Something on...
What did it make you do?
On the screen. It was telling me.
Okay.
Telling me
what did it tell you to do?
It would like stop time. Like every time I would do something, it would stop.
Okay.
And time would stop. And it was like I was being forced. Like not my free will.
Okay, forced to do what?
Forced to just walk, forced to go.
Okay. What did it force you to do to her? What did it force you to do to your wife?
It forced me.
To what?
To kill her.
Why? What did it tell you to do to her? Did it tell you how to kill her?
Yes.
So how did you kill her? Tell us how you killed her.
I don't know because it wasn't Jared. It wasn't Jared.
Okay, so it wasn't Jared, it's somebody that was, you think, that caused you to do it. What did it cause you to do to her? You said it caused you to kill her, but tell us how it caused you to kill her. What did you do to her? Jared, what did you do to her? Okay, but what did you not mean to do? What did you do to her?
It wasn't serious.
What did you do to her? Tell us. Get it out. What did you do? Jared, let me tell you, what did you do?
What you saw?
What did I see? Tell me what I saw. I'm asking you.
Cut her head off. That's what it made me do.
It made you cut her head off.
Jared states that when he arrived home from work that morning, Anggy had turned on the TV. This caused Jared to experience delusions and auditory hallucinations that were being directed from the TV. The messages delivered would tell him to harm Anggy in the ways that were seen at the crime scene.
So she turned the TV on. You saw all this stuff on the TV, and what did you do?
What did
Go do that with us. What did he tell you? What did he tell you? Go through it. Finish it up.
You told me. He told me.
Okay, so what happened next? Did you follow through with that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's fully clothed. She's on the floor. So tell us what happened. You say after you did what else?
Did you cut her head off while she was still alive? Yes.
It's like if I didn't listen, it would make me throw up. It would make me hurt. It would make me hear a lot of noise. It would make me, I won't turn the wrong way. And I'd stop going that way. It was talking to me. The information was just getting in. And I didn't want it. It just kept coming and trying to scare me. And scare me. And now I'm to the point where the little sounds that scare me.
There were other stabbings in her body. Did you do that after you cut her head off? Or before? Why did you put her head in the bathtub?
You told me to.
Her hair was wet. How come? What are you thinking right now?
I don't know what this is.
Why was your hair wet? Did you turn the shower on?
Yes.
To wash yourself, or to wash your hair, or what was
To
your...
wash.
What are the clothes that you had on? Or were you wearing any clothes?
I wasn't wearing any clothes.
After the interview, an arrest warrant was issued, signed by Judge Woolley at 1:19 a.m, and Jared was charged with murder. Given the disjointed and slurred nature of Jared's speech, along with his descriptions of delusions and heightened sensory sensitivities, it is quite plausible that he was undergoing a genuine episode of psychosis. 2 weeks prior to the incident, Rodney Dicus had also informed medical staff about Jared experiencing auditory hallucinations. However, staff decided that inpatient psychiatric admission was not required.
He said he was hearing things. Not me, him.
Right.
He was sick.
And they sent him home?
Yes, they sent him home. They said he was fine. I told him he wasn't.
Questions about Jared's mental health issues were raised during the pre-trial phase and whether he was competent to stand trial. However, after a court-ordered examination, Jared Dicus was deemed competent. On the 31st of July 2024, Jared Dicus pled guilty to murder as part of a plea agreement. He was later sentenced to 40 years and will not be eligible for parole until 2043 at the earliest.